we have a tendency to want to wait.
Yeah.
And it stops us from doing so many things. As a woman, unfortunately, like, you know, when you have, let's say, children or people who depend on you, you can't disattach. I didn't just want to sell a Duke, right?
Yeah.
I thought about the pain points because I'd listen to people that say, "Oh, mina angkogi Duke because ling patisikhanda." So I was like, okay, then my Duke is going to be different. Learn, watch the YouTube tutorial, read the books, ask questions. Whatever it is, you can figure it out. And when you have that skill, like you're so unstoppable.
Let me introduce to you the new kid on the block. Mel Lavi is a new skincare range that recently launched. It is for face and for body. We deal with hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, wrinkles, natural glow. We also deal with dark inner areas. We target dark inner thighs, dark armpits, dark neck, dark elbows, dark knees, you name it. We also have a shaving combo. This shaving combo deals with ingrowns and shaving bumps. Both men and women can use this good quality product shaving range. We've got good actives in our product from glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, kojic acid, and many more. You can contact us on the WhatsApp number that is popping on the screen, or you can reach out to us on all our social media platforms. We are here for all your skin needs. Hi everyone, this is the Working Wife, the Working Woman podcast, and I'm your host, Promise Makunyane. This podcast, it's really about women working, women inspiring each other to do it for themselves. Whether you are married or not, we really believe that women need to be standing up and doing their bits, whether in their marriages, them being mothers, or just them being just women, you know? And I always say it's good to have a man do stuff for you, but it's much more better if you can also do your own things, okay? We do have a sister podcast on the very same channel. It's called Own Narrative Podcast. It airs on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. That particular podcast is about marriage and family dynamics. If you'd want to be a guest on both these podcasts, you need to write to us on the email address that is popping on the screen. Do not forget to put your number, preferably your WhatsApp number, so that we can contact you once we've read your story. Guys, I have another installment, but before I introduce this lady or this lady introduces herself, I'd like you to take this moment to hit that subscribe button. Guys, it's absolutely free to subscribe to our channel, and it makes a difference on our side. Remember, I need to reach 100K by June on my birthday. NJ, 100K. Anyway, please do your bit and just click on the subscribe button. It's free, it's free, it's free. Lady, she's saying she's got a podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Why? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about the hustle thing.
But
No,
that's
I
part
do,
of your
I do.
hustle.
I do. I have a podcast with a friend of mine. It's called Unravel. We're basically we're unlearning and unlearning.
Oh, wow.
Life dynamics. We just talk about essentially life and how we're navigating it, mainly through Christ. Yeah, but it's a passion project.
I love it.
Yeah, it's our ministry.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I always say, especially this particular podcast,
Yeah.
for me, it's a passion project as well.
Yeah.
Lovely. Where can people find that?
It's on Spotify and YouTube. It's called Unraveling Podcast. Yes.
Wow. I'm also going to see what you're talking about. So how does it feel to be on the other side? I think, do you just have a conversation with your friend? Sorry, do you just have a conversation with your friend on your podcast, or you've got guests?
No, it's just a conversation with her and I. But I'm quite familiar with interviews, so feel okay.
Yes, girl. I was about to ask, how does it feel to be on the other side and not on the host side?
Oh, okay. Feels
Anyway,
good, thanks.
thank you for coming. Before you tell us about yourself, we're going to go into icebreakers. That's how we start.
Okay.
Just general icebreakers that is going to just calm ourselves down and get into the conversation.
Okay.
The first icebreaker is, if you teach a class on one thing and one thing only, what would you teach and why?
I guess I'd teach people how to learn. I always say this all the time, that like I think to do everything in life, you just need YouTube and faith. And by YouTube, I just mean there's so many tutorials. There's someone teaching something everywhere, like all the time, that there's absolutely nothing you can't do. And it's so powerful to have the ability to learn. So I sit down and teach people how to learn something. Like literally sit down and learn. Watch the YouTube tutorial, read the books, ask questions. Whatever it is, you can figure it out. And when you have that skill, like you're so unstoppable.
Love that.
Yeah.
You'll teach a class on learning.
Yes.
The best advice you've ever heard.
Start now. Start where you are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the best advice I've ever heard, because there's always, we have a tendency to want to wait.
Yeah.
And it stops us from doing so many things. But like starting small and starting immediately is the best.
Love
You don't
that.
need anything else.
And best book you've ever read
Sure.
that changed your life.
Sure. Definitely 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I always go
7?
back to it. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Oh.
So essentially he breaks down like really like essential life principles about proactivity, about like learning, about like just, reading that book just opened up my mind to so much. And I think putting it together with my faith and all of the principles that I learned from there, I just think it's made me who I am today.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And lastly, why is it important for women to work in or outside marriages?
Can't rely on a man.
Amen.
I mean, it's essential because, like, I think as much as you may be married and you may have a man, like, you're still you, right? You're still you. And the hard truth, I hate to say it, but, like, you can't rely on a man. If he doesn't leave you, he could die. I'm sorry to say that, but, like, and as a woman, unfortunately, like, when you have, let's say, children or people who depend on you, you can't disattach. I think it's easier for men to disattach.
Yes.
A man can be absent, they can be distant. But when you're a woman, anything that, like, is on you really is on you. It's attached to you. And I think it's so important as a woman, not just for yourself, but for your children or the people that depend on you to work one way or another, because at the end of the day, like, at some point, right, even if it's not for the money, maybe even just for your confidence, even if it's just so that you feel, because purpose, I believe as people, we all have this deep desire to apply yourself to something. Like, we have this deep desire to be purposeful, like, whether or not it's in ways that are small, even if it's raising your kids per se. Yeah. You could ask your husband to hire you if he pays. Listen, that's a job,
That's
right?
a job.
But let him pay you. And when he's paying you, do good with the money, right?
Yeah.
But essentially, like, we all have a deep desire to do something with ourselves. And I think it's so important, even for just our well-being and satisfaction in life. Yeah.
I love what you said, because it's almost as if we are trying to raise the Mbogoto, women must work, because marriage might end. And I think we overlook the fact that, God forbid, my husband might die.
Yeah.
It's not always that my husband would leave me.
Yeah.
He can, God forbid, die,
Yeah.
And for me personally, COVID happened in my marriage, where I was a very comfortable, rich housewife, and COVID came and took everything away.
Sure.
I had to start rebuilding,
Yeah.
So a lot can happen. We're not just saying they can leave us only, but life happens.
Yeah, life does happen. And men need help also.
Oh, I love
Like,
that.
men need help, because honestly, like, it's not easy. And the pressure.
Yeah.
So it's good. I think it feels good, at least to myself, to be able to support my husband financially.
Yeah.
Not that even if he doesn't need it, but like, just so that I'm like, okay, baby, then I can do something.
Yeah.
My 2 cents.
My 2 cents. And I think we often think they don't need it because they've never asked us.
Yeah.
But they do. It's just that they just used to be being the providers.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, girl, this is not about our husbands.
It's
Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. So my name is TAMIA Nontegelelo. I am. Do you want to say my age? No need.
I don't know.
Eh?
I don't know. Are you in your 30s?
No, I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. I am the
Tung.
founder of.
I'm shocked.
Really?
Yes.
Sure.
Firstly, you look young. Your
Yeah.
face looks very young.
I get that a
But I just
lot.
thought, I don't know, maybe it's how you're just carrying yourself
Yeah,
because your
yeah,
face
yeah.
looks young.
Yeah.
But I think your demeanor,
Uh,
it's giving grown woman.
Thank you, son. That's what I strive for. I'm the founder of Dolphema, which is a luxury fashion boutique that specializes in modest fashion. Currently dressed in it.
I can see. I can see.
I'm also a co-founder of Unravel and a lot of other things. I'm like a serial entrepreneur, to say the least.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, besides above and everything, I'm a simple girl. I'm a Jesus girly, and yeah,
Love that.
that's about everything. I'm married. I'm a mom, and yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. But
Yeah, you wear so many hats.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yes.
especially at such a young age. When did you get married?
We've been married for almost 2 years now.
Oh, wow. And how's marriage life?
I love it. I love it because essentially, like, I've always like made up my mind that I'd get married young. And when I met my husband, I think from the get go, I told him, "Ang jolly mina,
Yes. So straight to the altar.
It's always been part of the plan.
Love it.
I think we dated for like 4 years before we got married, but like we've always known because like we're gonna get married.
Yeah.
So when we finally did it, it just felt very much right, and yeah, I was ready.
How old is your child?
She is 8 months.
Osali
Yeah,
Mtswetsi. Do you know Mtswetsi? You're still on maternity.
Yeah,
But because you are a working mom, there's no maternity.
Not even the maternity leave, you don't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, you're just only 24 and you are working. Where do you get that from? Because I would assume when I was 24, I was getting married the following year. And my goals was just getting married and, you know, raising kids, having, like, I did not really have a huge, that I'm going to start working, you know. I've always had dreams, I'm a graduate. But once I got married, I got relaxed. But for you, you're like...
I guess for my mom, my mom and dad, they were not together most of my life. So my mom was like the hustle, or like she worked really hard to provide for us. And I would see that like she didn't have backup, right? If it wasn't for her working, like we'd be stranded. So like I guess I never really fell into that ideology where like a man's gonna take care of me.
That must.
Yes, no, I've never known that. I've never known that, never expected it. So as soon as I was out of varsity, it was either I was gonna go get a job or start a business. So I decided to start a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to university?
I did. I graduated from the University of Witwatersrand. I did become accounting. And yeah.
Where is your degree?
It's sitting at home collecting dust.
Oh gosh. Wow, you never practiced?
No, I didn't. I had no intention to. Yeah.
You're just doing it
it's
for
a
the
nice
parents.
degree. Yeah. I mean, not just for the parents also, but it's a really good degree.
Yeah.
I knew that it would open up a lot of opportunities for me. So it's a really good plan B. Yeah.
Sure. You know, you are one of the youngest people I've sat with here, and I'm just always in awe of how fearless you guys are. Do you understand? Like having a degree and not using it, you know, and just going straight into business. With us, once you have it, you're gonna work. Even now, I've got all these things, multiple streams of income that are giving me enough money, but I'm still holding on to my
You're still holding on to your 9 to 5. Girl.
Like when I look at you guys, I'm like, these people are so brave.
Girl.
And my 9 to 5 is the least paying amongst all my
Then why do you hold on to
I
it?
don't know. It's what I know.
My goodness. Do you know opportunity cost? Think how much money you could be making if you didn't have the 9 to 5.
110%. I know. You guys, you motivate me a lot. That's why, and I always tell the ladies that I'm like, you know, you motivate me, you know. Anyway, not about me. How do you start your business?
Okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Dolthema.
Dolthema. What does that mean?
Okay, so Thema means queen in a Ghanaian language, called a Khan, I think.
Okay.
Not too familiar with it. But essentially, I wanted the name to have meaning, right? So for me, crowns mean, not crowns, but head wraps, because essentially that's what I started with. That we started with just head wraps. For me, head wraps is something that a woman wears on her head. And a woman's head represents so much. It's our beauty, it's our dignity. So anything that goes on her head as a crown. And once a woman is crowned, she's a queen. I wanted the name to embody that. But I also wanted I wanted a level of mystery, right?
Okay.
I wanted when South African people hear, they're like, what is that? Right? I didn't want anybody to associate their own meaning to it, which is why I looked for a name that was foreign enough to be distant, but still African, because Doltema carries very much the essence of culture and our African being. That's why I want to name Tema. Tema means queen in the Ghanaian language, and Dol is just a twang for tall. So essentially, a direct translation is tall queen. Not tall in height, but tall in confidence, because you're crowned.
I was about to say you're the shortest queen. I get tall and confident. I love that.
Yeah.
Are you South African?
Yes, I am.
Because the way you speak, I feel like I don't know.
Kiabua, ngiyakhuluma, ndiyathetha, through and through. I grew up in Dobsonville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How you speak, I thought maybe you're not South African. Like,
nah, girl. Like, I just got my twang on.
yeah, like you. I don't know, but you just don't speak like South African, okay? Anyway, how do you start this business? Is it the only business? Is it your main business?
Yes, it is. It's my most successful.
Yeah,
it's my most successful business. So straight out of varsity, I decide that I had made up my mind already that I was gonna have to start a business, because I knew corporate was just not for me. So I go to my boyfriend, now husband, and I'm like, baby, invest in the next big thing. And he gives me just 5,000 rand, not a lot of money, okay? Because we're not rich.
That's
He gives
nice
me just about 5,000 rand. And essentially, like, it's very important for me to say that before then, I had done so much research. Like, I think I spent like over a year researching and planning and drafting and looking up ideas and, like strategizing essentially, because, I had the time. And then, as soon as I was ready to execute, I'm like, I went to my mains and Angpeja, and then I took that 5,000, and I approached. I tell I had the idea already. I've read so many books. Before that time, I'd read so many books, watched so many podcasts, and like done just so much research. And even with the idea, I knew that like it was something that wasn't too populated and nobody would do it the way that I could do it. So when I started, I just went all in, and essentially I get a few samples made, right? And at that time, I don't even know what I did with the money, but I remember when I launched, I had nothing. No packaging, no money to ship, nothing. Just faith, I figure out how to do my website, and I have it up, and then I start posting every single day. Like, I treated it like a job from day one.
Yes.
I tell everybody, I post on my Instagram, I post on TikTok. I'm like, okay, guys, this is the theme, this is when we're launching. And from launch day, I just post daily, on a day, back to back. I remember that some days, like maybe I'd be out busy somewhere, I would literally run home to shoot content and post. And on the day that we launched, actually, because I started posting like a month before I launched day, like I sort of like built anticipation. It's okay, this is what's coming. Because before that, I was posting like outfit videos. I'm someone I like to look good.
You do look good.
I like sharing my style. So I would post OOTD videos on my Instagram, and I used to wear dukes a lot because at the time I was in varsity. I didn't have money to braid my hair all the time, right? So I actually realized it was actually like manga like I get like people will know like situation, like style, you can't tell. So that's when I started wearing dukes like a lot, and I'd always make sure I style them well and it looks good with my outfit. And people would always ask, okay, where do you get your duke from? How do you tie it? So that's when I saw it was like actually like there is no place where you can go and just say it was like, okay, I'm just going to get a dugu, or and you'd find like something proper. Although there were some people doing it already, but like it wasn't proper. So
until you came,
exactly. So that's when the idea sparked in. So when I started, like I had this I had this idea that no, somebody wants this, right? So all I need to do is to just make sure that they see me.
Yeah.
And I made sure through social media that like every single day I would show up, whether I was sharing tutorials and yeah. And also another thing is that like I didn't just want to sell a Duke, right?
Yeah.
I thought about the pain points because I'd listen to people that say, "Oh, mina ang gogi Duke because ling patisikhanda." So I was like, okay, then my Duke is gonna be different. So if you see with our traditional hijabs, they all have the stretch, and the fabric is very much like comfortable when you put it on. Like it's gentle,
Yeah.
right? And then people would say, "Oh no, mina ang gogi Duke because I don't know angwazu fasa," right? So I was like, okay, well my Duke is gonna be different. Mine is gonna be an instant turban. You just slip it on, and it slides on in 2 seconds. You don't need to know how to do it, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
So you were bringing solutions. You're looking at problems and
Exactly.
bringing in solutions.
Exactly. And niching down. Like I wasn't trying to sell to everybody. Not
Yeah.
everybody buys a Duku, right? It's a
Yeah.
specific kind of person. I think that's like really crucial when you're starting, especially starting small. Don't try to sell to everyone.
Niche down.
Niche
your market.
down. Niche down your market. Yeah.
Sure, because I can't really everybody are reggae. You know, I'm looking at maybe there's just a fraction because in my mind now, and it's until you are doing research and you're in that business that you're gonna know that a lot of people actually buy Dukes. Because in my mind now, nobody really buys Dukes, but you have a business where you sell Dukes, head wraps,
Like a lot of people sell Dukes. Because if you think about it, as a woman, especially as a wife,
yeah,
how yeah, like
Bugatti.
how you have to go in Kotiza where you're going.
Yeah.
And if you're a modern woman, like most of us, you don't know how to tie a Duke anymore.
Yes, you want
So you're gonna need to
convenience.
you're not gonna need to get yourself a turban from Talfim.
You guys are so smart. I said last week I said with Star Wayne Zippo. Do you know she does nails?
Yeah,
ne?
yeah.
And she now does stick on nails, you know,
yeah,
and they look like you have just sat and done your nails. And
Yeah.
then, you know, and you guys are just bringing solutions and you're so young. I'm like, this youngings, you know. We're so proud of you guys. And you start the business. What year do you start the business? When do you launch?
2024 in February.
That's last year.
Yeah, it is. And we've gone so far in such a short space of time.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you launch, does it go viral?
Okay, slowly. Like I think on the day that I launched, I made like 6 sales. But like I said,
Which
the
is good.
consistency, yeah, it's really good from day one.
For
It's really,
day one.
I was so happy. You are right. I did prayer and fasting out of gratitude.
Yeah.
But it was very much slowly. It's not like I went viral like overnight. Like I woke up one day and I was training every no. It was consistency. Like one video would go at like a million views here and there, 100K, 10K, right? And yeah, the more people actually bought because the product was actually like really good. And everyone who bought would love it, and they'll always recommend and then repost. And because you know, when you have a business that's online, like the breakthrough is really like legitimacy, right? You just need to prove to people that you're real. And if you're actually selling something legitimately good, it's not that hard to have people come back, right? So the consistency and like showing up on social media is what got people to firstly start and try, right? And as people were buying, like people were like, okay, wow, I love this. It's so beautiful. I love it. And I would share their comments and I would share their responses. I'd share pictures of them wearing it. And then slowly and slowly people were like, okay, I'm also going to buy, right? And then eventually, our audience just kept growing because also on my page, I was not just selling, right? I was also selling like tutorials. I do tutorials how to tie it. So people were following my page, even if you're not ready to buy, maybe because you like the get ready with me as I do, maybe because you like the styling videos that I do, right? So I made sure that my page was very much inviting. There was always content was king. Like, I prioritized it. I know a lot of small businesses treat content like it's an afterthought, but for me, like it was my number one. I made sure that I do not miss. That's what I prioritize above everything because that's how I sell.
And what you're saying is important. And I want you at home, you in your office watching this to get that because there is a pattern of, especially you young people have said with, you all speaking about social media.
Yeah.
Being your break, your biggest break, being your thing, you know. And it's so evident that social media it's working for
is.
for businesses, you know. So guys, if you've got a business, post,
Waiting.
like post.
Like nobody's
Yes,
business.
if Habareke today, post Agape tomorrow. Keep posting until people buy and people recognize you, you know. And like she's saying, she's not just, you know, I hate content where somebody's selling, for example, shoes. All we see on your page is shoes.
Yeah.
Just pictures of shoes, videos
Yeah.
of shoes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're saying that you were doing get readies with me, Duke
Exactly, exactly,
tutorials.
exactly. But see, like when someone is on social media, they're there for a selfish reason,
Yeah.
right? You have to understand that people don't go on social media looking to buy something, right? It's either they want to be entertained, they want to learn something, like so they have to get something out of your page. So as a business, if you want someone to stay on your page, offer them something. Think of it. If you're selling shoes, what is it that goes with shoes that people might actually be interested in? Get Ready With Me is a great for someone who's selling shoes. Maybe show the process, I don't know, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Pack an order with me.
Yeah.
Entertain something. And like also a story. Like, oh, I always tell people with businesses that like people buy emotionally, right? No one makes a rational decision when they're buying something. So you need to learn, like as a business person, that you're actually selling a feeling.
Yeah.
What feeling does your shoe give somebody? Then sell that. That's what you sell. Like I sell confidence. I sell elegance. I don't sell clothes. And I make sure that in everything, like in my content and like with everything that everyone that comes across my business, that's what they feel. They know for a fact. Dothem is equals elegance. Like it just comes across, it exudes that because I have consistently communicated that. So as a business, what feeling are you selling? That's what you need to be shouting from the top of the roof, not the actual product, because people are not interested in that. People don't buy rationally. People buy into other people. There's a reason why all of these big companies will pay millions of rands, not rands, dollars, man, pay millions of dollars
US dollars.
for people to be the face of things, right? That's because people buy into people. If a brand does not have a face, right, it's hard to connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you are a small business, you can't pay somebody to like, you know, be your ambassador.
Yes.
So be your be your business's face. Like let people connect to not only the product but the person behind it. And that's what I did from day one. Like I was speaking directly to whoever is selling. I would sometimes do work with me from home. I know some people who come to my shop today and be like, I was following you from the day when you were in your living room, right? Like they feel a part of like Dorothea's journey, and they really are because like I've let people in from day one. Like you like they know Dolthem and the person behind Dolthem or what they stand for. So therefore, they don't just come for only the things that I sell, but also for like because they have such an emotional attachment to our brand because it has a face. Me.
Girl, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's very good. And it's another pattern with the woman that sits here. I sat with Inga from Stitched by Inga,
Yeah.
who said people come to her studio for her. So she'll need to be there for the people, you know. The process will start with the PA and go here, but in the process, you're going to see her because people are buying Stitched by Inga because of her, the lady behind the brand. That's so good. That's so good. And thank you for sharing that. And when was your biggest break in your business? If there is a specific moment.
If I'm being honest, like my business has been a break in the sense that God has been so good. Like God has been so good. Like from day one, I think like from the time that we started, it's just been exponential growth. Like there have been so many moments where I've been like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like just overwhelming abundance and like love. And I think like the products were received so well. The brand was received so well. I can't even tell you to say good to like there's this moment.
Yeah.
Like no, like
It's just been
over and over again. Like I'm just always like in awe at like
I
what
love
God is doing through Dolthema. So it's hard. It's hard. I think the whole business just starting. Let me say that
has been a break.
starting has been the break. Me just literally just in like just starting. And I won't lie, I remember in the beginning, there were days when I didn't want to do it, because when you're a business owner and it's a small anyana thing,
Aish,
just
by
by
the way,
yourself, no one's gonna call you to say,
Yeah.
come and no one's forcing you, right? There were days where I was literally like pushing myself to just do things that no one was gonna ask me whether or not I did it or not.
Yeah.
Like that, pushing through through that time where it's like nobody cares yet, right? Everyone's still telling you when's and like
Are you sure?
why you not looking for a job? I think pushing through those times and getting to a point where actually like I was seeing that okay, people are actually giving me real money for this. It
Yeah.
matters. Like someone's actually parting with their hard-earned money for this.
For this. You spoke about people who come to your store and say they've followed you from your dining room days. Where are you now, girl? And when did you move in there?
So now we recently just opened up our showroom in Braamfontein. But yeah, it's a beautiful space, lovely space. It's still very much fresh, it's giving, it's gorgeous. And yeah, 90% more like 90% of our sales are online. But like it's so nice to like have a space where women come and they try on the clothes and you actually see that they're actually excited and they love this. Yeah.
So you're in Braamfontein, where anybody can walk in.
Yeah, anybody can walk
Do you
in.
want to share your address?
Oh, yes. We're at 99 Jutta Street. 99 Jutta Street in Braamfontein. You can just Google Tolthema, Tolthema. You'll find us on Google Maps. We have a website. You can purchase online.
Yeah.
And all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So now you have, you are now fashion. It's no longer just head wraps.
Yes. It's no longer just head wraps. I think follow the example of Nike. People don't know, but Nike started off like selling just like they were very, very niche down, and now they sell everything.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I think that's the thing. I
Did
started
they just
really
start with
small.
the shoes? Did Nike start with the shoes or the clothes?
I don't want to be wrong, and then somebody.
Okay, cool. So guys, tell us, did they start with the shoes or the clothes?
Yes, but I know that they were so niche down that they were selling, I think, to only like university students, something like that.
Okay.
Like they didn't just wake up and boom, Nike is this big brand that sells everything, right? And I think also niching down helps you be known for something quicker. Specialty, exactly. So I think that's what I did, exactly what I did. We did head wraps until we were really, really known for it. And people started demanding for dresses that match the head wraps, right? And now because we're known for the dresses, people are now demanding, what's my husband gonna wear?
Ooh,
eventually,
matchy.
Eventually, we're gonna dive into that, and at some point, we're gonna be this big brand that does everything. But
Love that for you, girl.
Yeah,
love how you scaling up your business. You know, this episode I'm going to share it with my group of ladies. Hi ladies, you're gonna need this, especially the social media part of it, my forever living group of ladies. So thank you for that. I'm gonna share it with them. So now you're in Bram, you have staff, you're paying rent. How many staff do you have?
Indirectly, about.
What do you mean indirectly? Virtually, what?
No, just like through, like, for example, with people are not on my payroll via taxes. There's people in my payroll that I pay their benefits and all that. That's directly. And then there's people who work like wages.
Yes.
Like our tailors work in wages.
Yeah.
According to the job that's available. So indirectly, I think 18 now.
18 now?
Yeah, that's only because our production house is quite big. We produce a lot. So we have quite a lot of tailors in our thingy. But directly... about 7. Yeah.
Girl, it's your business. It's just yours alone.
Yes, it's mine alone.
Sure. Do you have where are your parents? What are they saying now?
My mom works for me. She was like the first. She's the first hire I made.
What does she do?
She manages the store. So like, there's a lot that happens in the shop in terms of packing orders, serving customers, like quality checks, all of that good stuff. So she's holding things down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who do you look up to? Do you have a mentor or somebody you look up to?
Not one person. I don't look up to one person. I look up to quite a lot of people.
In South Africa?
Believe I can't say because why?
Why?
Let me tell you why.
Because this one is gonna say, "Why don't you look up to me?"
No, not even. Like I'm the kind of person that like I can look up to you for a specific, very specific part in your life.
Yes.
Right? And then I look up to somebody else for something else.
Something else.
And then something else. So like it's like I believe in learning from other people.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I told like I love YouTube or you guys. Ugh,
This
I
is
could
such
just
a
live
YouTube.
there.
Everything is there.
Yeah, I could just live there because like what I do usually like I learn like
Yeah.
right. I find people who are doing things and I'm like okay like she's really good in this specific thingy and then like I just take notes and I learn. I'm someone who's always either listening to podcast or listening to an audiobook. I'm reading and I'm learning from. So it's not I don't have a specific mentor, but I learn from so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mpumi. I love Mpumi Ledwaba because I just love what she do. I feel like I love what she does.
Yeah.
I love what she does. I love her work ethic. I love that her work is purposeful.
Yeah.
So I guess I look up to her in that regard. But there's also so many other people.
We love her too. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
such a nice girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're about to wrap up. This was such a short,
Yeah.
but a very straightforward. I love because you just came with the punches. You just came with the punches. I love it.
Yeah.
So where are you now? What does your husband do? Do you?
We don't work together. He has his own business.
I was about to ask.
He
Is
has
he
his
also
own
in business?
Yeah, he's also in business and he runs his own thing. Actually, I don't want to be a respectful wife at work. Yeah.
You want to be a boss?
Yes, I want to be a boss.
And when you get home, you're a wife.
Yes. That was just my worry. So that's how we would work together.
Yeah. So then tell us about as we're wrapping up, tell us about your, do you also dress celebrities? Do you have like well-known celebrity? And why I'm asking that is because when I sat with Inga, she said her first client was Zolega, the late Zolega Mandela, may her soul rest in peace. When I sat with Star Wayne Zipo, spoke about DJs in Clay. So, and these are just breaks that happens like online, you know.
Yeah,
do you have like a celebrity or a well-known face?
We do. We just Candace Modise and her whole family for her wedding ceremony.
Oh.
So yeah, and there's quite a lot because when you sell something nice, eventually like influential people do also take interest and they want to buy, they want to support. So quite a number of like respectable names.
Yes.
Dress room.
So, but Candace is like
yeah. Candace is our queen. She wears our stuff a lot, and she wears it so proudly and beautifully. We love her.
Love it for you, girl. Thank you so much for this episode.
Thank you.
What I love about this podcast is that it just brings different businesses, like who like really would just sit down, young as you are, think about doing head wraps, So I really appreciate you coming here. You took time out of your busy schedule. Have you made your first million yet?
Yes, I have. We pay that now.
That's little.
No, we did. We had to register for VAT like 4 months after starting. So like it did, the expansion was very rapid. But that's revenue, okay? Not profit.
Girl.
Don't come for me. I'm not mad.
We asked those
if you run a
questions
business,
here.
revenue. Revenue is different from profit, okay?
Yeah. But we love asking those questions so that people can just see that the numbers are there. They're numbering.
The numbers are numbering.
Even though when you run their inventories, there's this, there's that.
True.
But what you are cashing in is that. It means that you have a very sustainable business.
Definitely.
At just 24, we're so proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
May you grow from strength to strength to strength until you come back in the next 10 years. Tell us where you are.
Listen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, I'm sure you enjoyed this one, just like the other episodes. And thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode. Take this moment. I know you guys love these installments. You love them a lot. And they just open up your mind, Share, as I've always said, when I'm sitting with a young girl, I always say, share with your cousins, Share the episode with your cousins, with your sisters, to show them that people their age are actually doing it, And they didn't start from having capital. They didn't start from having the trust funds, and she started with a 5,000 rands, and look where she is. Anyway, please do hit the subscribe button, share this episode with your friends, and I'll see you in the next episode. It's bye from myself and Toltalma.
Yeah, bye. Bye.